what's up? It's Sean Baligian.
What up? This is Joique Bell here on the Baligian and Bell Show.
Make sure you check us out on the Woodward Sports Network. What up, Doe? Is that better?
Yeah.
I'm getting hip lessons from Joique. He said, say it fast and drop my voice, because normally I go, what up, Doe?
I just said, because you crescendo up. I just said crescendo down. Try to crescendo down.
What up, Doe?
Yeah. Is your mic on today, Art?
Yes, it is.
I'm in a pissed off mood. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Really?
And yeah,
We're gonna have a segment today for Sean, and it's going to be called, do you know what really grinds my gears? Do you know what really grinds my gears? And something happened this morning with Sean, and something happened with me Friday morning before I came in. And I called my mom before I got to work, and I said, Mom, this lady just pissed me off.
Did you say, do you know what really grinds my gears?
I didn't say that to her. But this really grinded my gears. So my issue on Friday was I got to Burger King at 10:15. Breakfast ends at 10:30. I just wanted some French toast sticks. That's all I wanted.
I can't blame you. They're pretty damn good.
Underrated. Underrated. All right, raise your hand. Underrated. And so, did you want to add, do you like French toast sticks?
No, I was just going to say that I know this story, and I would be just as pissed off as Joique was. Not going to lie. I was having your back.
Kind of sounds like the movie Falling Down, but go on.
Yeah, so, I get there, and a lady says, we're on lunch, sir. I said, well, what time does breakfast end? She said, we're on lunch, sir. So she wouldn't answer my question. Been very condescending. And it get to a point where I said, well, I'm just asking what time does breakfast ends, so I know I need to get here earlier tomorrow. I said, so what time does breakfast end? And she said, oh, ends at 10:30. I said, so is today different from tomorrow? We're on lunch, sir.
Question.
And I got to the point where I said, man, why is it so ghetto here?
You better watch your spit
You're
your
a ghetto.
food.
It's like they responded back, no, you're a ghetto, sir. I said, man, put your manager on the phone. I am the manager. I said, never come here again.
She literally said you're ghetto?
Yeah, literally said that.
Oh, she said that to you?
I said, why is it so ghetto here? And she said, you're ghetto. And I said, how am I ghetto and I'm here before 10:30 and you guys are on lunch that doesn't start for another 15 minutes?
Great customer service.
Great customer service. And then it escalated from there. And so, yeah, it's terrible.
You know
Burger King on Mac and Connor.
Put him on point. Put him on point.
Burger King on Mac and Connor. Never go there.
Bam.
Look, they're in a pissed off mood. They gotta wear masks all day.
And then responds back, said, we just got here.
They're not at full capacity. Give them a little bit of a
No crypto
break.
coins for them.
Not a massive break. Not a massive break.
If your sign says breakfast served till 10:30, then you serve breakfast until 10:30.
Amen.
Period.
What's the sign say?
You know what's crazy? Hey, Phyllis, let's start our show at 11:30.
Well,
how about that?
I mean,
you want to start the show at 11:30? How you think that's gonna go over? Huh?
Wouldn't matter to me.
All right, how about this? How about we
30
start the show at 11?
minutes in the
What about
booth.
this? How about we start the show at 11 o'clock and you walk in here at 11:30?
I'd never do that.
Exactly. You'll never do that,
someone
right?
else in this room may.
Okay. Is it Art?
Bang! Shots fired!
Hold up. Who's been late to a show here?
Uh-oh.
But Fish,
Nobody
listen.
has been late to a show.
Okay, no, leave it at that. No, leave it at that.
Fish, here's the thing though. If we tell everybody that we're on at 11, but we decide that we're coming on at 11:30, you got to admit that's wrong. That would rightfully so piss people off.
Yes, that is wrong.
Yeah,
correct.
That's what I look at. It's just.
Wait, hang on. Time out. I can't do this. Okay. Joique, you're going to eat during commercial breaks, right?
I'm going to eat right now.
Joique, we're live on the show right now. What is going on?
Art,
All right, and if that,
Joique doesn't care. He's going to do what he wants.
Do you know why? Do you know why I'm eating right now?
If that Pandora's box get open, then you better. I'm going to have a rack of ribs here. I'm going to have some ribs.
You've done it before.
Steak.
He's done it before. And listen, though, you know why I'm eating eggs right now? Because Burger King was not serving breakfast when I went there. And so I have to eat during a live interview now. I'm not going to get to it. Case closed. Thank you.
By the way, before I tell you why I'm pissed, were you Baby Yoda when they did their Star Wars comparison thing
I don't know if I was Baby Yoda, but I was Yoda.
You were Yoda.
I was Yoda.
Who were you?
I don't. I was fucking Jar Jar Binks.
Who is what?
So this morning on the Morning Wood, make sure you check out the Morning Wood show from 8 to 10 because it's May the 4th be with you or whatever.
I wake up with that all the time.
Stupid thing that is. They did a comparison. Everybody here at Woodward Sports and what Star Wars character they would be.
Hang on. Are we all in agreement on this show that we're not Star Wars fans?
I liked it, and then I didn't like it, and then when my kids were younger, I liked it again. But then those new movies came out, and they were atrocities, and like I had to pretend to like it. But then my kids like did a complete 180 and are like disgusted by it now. So I know more about it than I should. Does that make sense? Because I mean, when I was little, what kid wasn't into it?
It's one of those things that if the kids like it, I'll watch it. I can get through it. It's fine. It's cool. It's not my first choice. I'll get through it though.
Dave's bringing me ribs tomorrow. That's breaking news. Dave's bringing some ribs tomorrow, so I'll be eating those on the air, Dave, and that'll be good.
But that is show content because they're up next. Joique's eating eggs like it's Sunday morning. Why don't you have a drink too and just relax, watch a movie?
Can I find out who Joique was? I purposely didn't ask. This morning on Morning Wood, they compared all the Star Wars characters to people here at Woodward Sports. Like, who was Mike? Mike, who were you? Did they give you?
Oh.
Compare me to C-3PO.
No.
I think Joique was Lando.
No.
Yeah, that's who Joique was.
Boy, is that.
That's racist.
That's absolutely racist.
Who was that?
Do you know who I was?
You were the guy with the scar.
I was Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine. I'm the guy that
who was
fires
I
laser
again?
beams.
Who was I?
You were
Lando Calrissian.
Who was that?
I'll pull up a
Han
picture.
Solo's best buddy, Billy D. Williams. And then you went on TV and you talked about malt liquor and Colt 45. Remember you used to do those commercials? So smooth with the V.
No, that was a movie when he played Undercover Brother.
Sure.
Undercover Brother, that's what it was.
Jenna said,
Billy
I've
G.
never watched Star Wars. Wow.
Here, this was you, Joique, according to the crew at Morning Woodward.
Oh my God.
That's Lando. And I'm Emperor Palpatine. I'm the king of evil.
How did I even get
Wow.
that? How am I him? Like,
I
because
don't,
we're both
blame
black.
me.
That's why.
That's why.
Because we're just both black.
Yep.
So I'm
Racist.
So I'm Emperor Palpatine, like the king of evil.
I don't feel
I'm like
comfortable
the
working
most
in the studio
evil
anymore.
person.
Here's
I'm
the
outta
thing,
here.
though. The resemblance, I can kind of see it.
When we get angry.
Put it back on that real quick.
Now, young Skywalker, you will die. And then I fire shit at people. Like I could have fired shit at that old woman this morning.
Oh, okay. Let's hear. Okay, so before we begin.
All right, hold up.
Yep.
So this is a segment here that I'll mention earlier. Sean, what really grinds your gears?
Let me tell you something. You know what I'm going to do today, Joique?
Oh, boy.
This
Go
is how
all out,
screwed
Sean.
up our state is. You know what I'm going to do today, Joique?
You're gonna start a petition, probably.
No, I'm going to come over your house.
Oh.
I'm going to follow you home. I'm going to come over your house. And then I'm going to
Kinda
look.
creepy.
I'm going to go, do you have any rocks, bricks nearby?
I have rocks and
Do you
bricks.
have like a giant stick or something? And then you know what I'm going to do, Joique?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw it through your front window.
I
I'm
would
gonna
appreciate
throw it
that
through
a
the
lot.
front window of your house. And then you know what? I'm just going to walk away. You know why? Your insurance pays for it. You can pay the deductible,
It's a little messed up.
right? How screwed up with that? The fish, you're absolutely right.
Why can't you like throw it into my car window?
No. I'll throw
You
it through
really
your
want
car
him
window.
hurting your
And then-
Tesla?
And then,
Why won't you take your car and run your car into my car in my driveway?
and then, you know what?
Joique,
worry,
don't give him
you
ideas,
can
he'll
pay
do
for
it.
right?
No.
Yeah, that makes no sense, does it?
You're gonna pay for it because my car was parked.
No, but that makes no sense.
No. What doesn't make sense is I get rear-ended, right? Pull over, and my insurance won't cover it because their insurance won't cover it because it's a no-fault state. in.
Oh, the light bulb just went on. The light bulb just went on.
Unless my car was parked. If my car was parked and another car hits me, then the other insurance would have to pay for it.
Can we just talk for just a second about how stupid this NoFault Insurance is? Are we allowed to do that or not?
Are we doing that because it snows outside here?
I have no idea what the reasoning is, but it's dumb. And the analogy that I give is like true. I go to Joique's house. I throw something through Joique's window. Joique has to pay a $500 deductible. Huh? What? Wait a second. I did it. That's my fault. I should pay for that. No, it's a no-fault state. So I'm driving here. I'm about 5 minutes away from work. And I have no other way to say this, okay? An old person that clearly shouldn't be on the road decides that they wanted to switch lanes.
What were you listening to, Sean?
Phil Collins.
You know, I may have had Phil Collins on. There may have been no jacket required. I could go back and check.
I think you were listening to Trey Songz.
I got so pissed off. So literally, this old bag decides that she wants to switch lanes with a big, giant, lion-colored truck passing on her right. And she switches lanes right into the side of my truck, right? So I'm like, you hear the smash, and you're like, gosh damn it, bleep, 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 bleep. And I pull over.
Did you get a license plate at least?
No.
Why not?
Can I tell you why? There are two reasons why. Number one, it won't take a rocket scientist but 2 seconds to figure out that somebody clearly sideswiped me. My car cannot move that way to hit something else. She nailed me, right? Yeah, I mean that's. I know my father was an accident reconstructionist. The second reason, and this is the part that equally pisses me off yet makes me say you made the right move. We pull over. It takes this woman probably 2 minutes to get out of the car. Probably two. I'm not exaggerating. Gets out of the car, goes and looks at her car, and then comes up and goes, I'm sorry.
Was she nice at least?
And I did everything I could not to say anything mean or not to look at her and go, you shouldn't be on the road. I just said, accidents happen. As I'm quivering, as I want to turn into Palpatine and fire lasers into her body.
You know what's funny about that?
I got in my car and drove away.
You were that calm.
Yes.
You were that calm when your son crashed his car. You said, "Are you safe?"
1,000%. 1,000%.
Were you mad?
I was not mad. I was glad that he was safe. The anger came later.
Oh, when you got the bill?
The anger came later when I got the bill. I am a principle guy. Okay, let me explain to you. I am a principle guy. Okay, accidents happen. I get it. No, really, I get it. Accidents happen. I've been at fault before, et cetera, et cetera. But here's a case where somebody's driving down the road, doing the speed limit, doing nothing wrong, and this woman that simply put should not have her fucking driver's license smashes into the side of my car, and it's going to cost me. Now, please explain the logic to me behind that. And it's principle. It's not that I don't have the money, okay? That's not the point.
We know you got it.
That's what everybody always says. It's only $500.
No.
I don't care if it's $10.
I don't care if it...
That's not money I should pay.
Period. Speaking of paying money, have I told you about Hall Financial?
Oh, he's yelling.
When is the last time you checked your interest rate? If it's over 3%, then you need to call Hall Financial for a free 5-minute update.
I'm sorry.
When you go there, tell them that Woodward Sports sent you.
You're
Hall
right.
Financial. It's fast, and they do all of the heavy lifting, Sean.
Yes, they do.
Go to DavidHallMortgage.com now and get started.
Yes, sir.
Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, and more personal attention. Better than that Burger King on Connor and Mac. Stay tuned, Woodward Sports.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Hello, welcome back to the Baligian and the Bell Show. We're here with Joique Bell and Sean Baligian on this fine Tuesday morning. Good morning, guys.
Amen.
Yeah.
So it was interesting because, like, I saw Jenna said I wouldn't even have talked to her. I will call the police. Well, I had to get to work, so I couldn't call the police and wait and everything. I'm going to go to the police station, like, as soon as we're off the air and everything like that. But again, can I tell you something? It is an exercise in futility. It is. It's an exercise in futility. Not only am I going to have to pay $500 because you shouldn't be on the road, and you shouldn't be, okay? Not only do I have to pay probably $500, but I have to go waste my afternoon when I got shit to do, okay? I have to waste my afternoon going to the police station to talk to some officers that probably have 78 different things going on and have probably heard this story 170 times. And that's why, and I'm so glad that you agree with me. 70 years old, you have to be tested to be on the road. Like, I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
I'm tired of it.
I think.
Hey, all right, come up with what you said something earlier that I thought made sense. You want to bring that up?
Yeah, I think that after the age of 65, because 65 is like the retirement age.
I say 70.
65 is the retirement age, and when
70.
AARP really starts hitting you hard. Okay, I think the only solution to this is every 2 years you have to go and get your driver's license renewed, and you have to take a test. Now, what that does is not only
A test.
Not only does that make sure that, incidents like what Sean is going through doesn't happen again, but look at all the potholes that are being filled with our money that we get from. I mean, it's just amazing. All the roads are beautiful, so why not, add a couple more bucks to that fund that never fixes the potholes?
How to set it? Art.
I was being sarcastic. I'm saying it would be more money that would go towards fixing the roads, which the roads haven't been fixed.
Okay.
Joique, you gotta create some good energy today.
You know what? And here's the thing. I didn't even think about
need
this.
to create some more
Jenna,
energy?
thank you for adding to my happiness today. Jenna said, plus car insurance goes up. Happened to me, even when the accident wasn't my fault. Well, Lottie D, guess what? I've got a 16-year-old, a freshly turned 16-year-old who's getting her license in a week, so it's already going to skyrocket up. Let's add an accident that wasn't my fault because some old bag decided that she was going to switch lanes without looking. Let's add to that. So my insurance is going to skyrocket through the roof.
That's somebody's mother, Sean. Relax.
4.
All right, then listen. If that's your mother, if you're watching right now and that's your mother,
You need to be driving her.
Get your mother off the road. She has no business being on the road. She is a danger to herself, and she is a danger to others around her. And I say that with love and compassion. I don't want to see your mother ending up in traction because she sideswiped somebody and rolled her car. God forbid she hurt anybody else.
Steve,
Couldn't agree with you more, Art.
Sean, you said that with compassion. I didn't hear compassion in your voice. I heard anger.
You're damn right I'm angry.
I heard frustration.
Steve brought up a great point.
I'm still talking, Art.
Okay.
I like how Art just jumps in. Art, stop being disrespectful.
Well, then start paying attention to the comments on the screen.
I'm looking at the screen, and it's not Sean. It's Steve. What did Steve say?
Nothing. Just forget it.
Art, what did Steve say?
Steve said, and I quote, that they had to take the God, now I lost the damn comment. Let's just move on.
No, do you know what it was, Art? We did the same thing. Can I tell you a true story? My grandfather passed away in 2008. I named my son after my grandfather. We were in the process of getting the family together to say, Grandpa, maybe you shouldn't be on the road anymore. When he announced to us he wasn't driving anymore. Like, he just announced, sorry, I'm not driving anymore. If you ever, if one of you could come over and take me shopping or something, he was like, I shouldn't be on the road. He was 84 years old. He did it on his own. Nobody had, and we were like, I'm not joking. We were gonna say it to him. It was like me, my Uncle Steve, a couple of us were gonna go over there and just go, Grandpa.
At what point in time do you take a person's license away? You think somebody at 100 plus should be driving?
They passed the test. I'm all for Art's test. Let's call it Art's test. Art, I'm all for it.
Easy says, pray for my granny, y'all. I guess she got sideswiped by trucks. That was good. I know. I was about to call my grandma and be like, Grandma, did you have any accidents today?
It's funny, Easy.
You know what, though? But you know what, though?
Mr. Joke a minute. Pay my deductible, ass.
But you know what? My grandparents, listen. My grandmother doesn't like driving long distance on the highway, so she stopped herself from driving long distance on the highway. But my grandfather still drives on the highway. And he does pretty well. I mean, they drive back and forth from here to Ben Harbor quite often, so it's not bad. But they're in their mid to late 70s, so I'm blessed to have both my grandparents. Have you ever, question, Art, do you have both your grandparents?
Yeah, my grandma and grandpa are still alive. My great-grandpa did have dementia. They did the same thing, took the car away and everything like that. And
so you say your grandfather's still alive?
My grandpa and my grandma, yeah.
Do you talk to him often?
My grandma raised me, so I talk to her every day. My grandpa I don't talk to.
They still live? Are they still married?
They're legally together but separated.
Okay. You ever have a conversation with your grandfather? Ask him when was the last time he got something. Be the funniest thing you ever heard. Kevin Hart told me, I heard Kevin Hart say it in the skit, and I really asked my grandfather that. It was hilarious.
Speaking of grandmas, Grammy Whammy says good morning.
Grammy Whammy! And so it's funny. So I asked
Does Grammy Whammy drive?
Yeah, she drives.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, she drives.
Good driver?
Yeah,
everything?
she's a good driver.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
she has to take the test, too.
She has to take the test.
Everybody has to take the test.
Yeah, everybody has to take the test.
I have to take the test in 2 years. I'll be 70 in 2 years, so I have to take the test, too.
Well, you kind of already 70. Your hamstring's 70. So, so real quick.
170.
I asked my grandfather that, and it was hilarious. He said, you know what? Last time, about 10 years ago, my defibrillator shocked me. He said, no, we're not doing that no more. That's the funniest thing.
Mike, this is a great line. Sean is Palpatine through the prequel. Starts off very calm and trusted, progressively getting more and more angry, only waiting for the lightning bolts. That was pretty funny. Well done. Yes, Fish.
Well, the problem with your test, Sean, is you're probably going to get some old people faking their age just to be able to drive.
Okay,
so they're 85 and they're going to say they're 55.
Well, you know what? That's why we have these things called driver's license.
And they're going to pass the test.
And in order for you to renew your driver's license, once you turn 70, you need a test. And, like, what am I supposed to do? If it was some guy, well, not you, but if it was some guy like Art, you know what I might say after the accident today? Dude, like, pay attention. What are you doing? I'm not going to say that to you. Like if it's Joique,
put it on your face right now, Art.
Sir, I'm sorry that my truck was in your way when you were trying to merge. But I mean, like this old bag. What am I supposed to say to her? Like honestly, she.
This what really grinds your gears. Hey, Art, what really grinds your gear?
This is why I can't. I'm trying to create a little bit of a great show, and he's sitting here like a big gulp from Dumb and Dumber.
The look on Art's face. I wish the camera was on Art because
if Art was a little bit bigger, he probably still wouldn't try me. But I can tell right now, if he was about my size, he would want to try me right now.
No, because you guys don't. You know what happens with all of this? You guys laugh, particularly you, Joique, and then it gets on my ass. I've got one of the buses right behind me. The other one's in Florida, texting away because Joique said there was a big goat. And it's all fun and games until Art gets screwed.
You know what though?
Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
It's crazy that when I talk to Chad personally, like the conversation we had about you are honestly real talk. You're horrible at your job.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
You're on your last leg.
Yeah.
You're on your last leg, but
you know what? Next time, bring two big gulps. You and Sean can sit there and hold hands.
You have not lived until Chad is unloaded on you in a text. You have not lived. It's
and
awesome.
You have not lived.
It's fantastic.
You have not laughed until you watch it, and you watch the response of the people he's doing it to. It's
That's
hilarious.
not a good. What are we doing with society to where that's just like, hey, I'm gonna. Never mind.
Have I told you about Northwestern Tech?
No.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, just go ahead. You already said it. It's 25 after the hour. Do a break. Go ahead, Joique. It's your show.
It is my show.
Maybe do a Slurpee the whole time while you're doing the damn read. No rules.
Have I told you about Northwestern Tech?
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Start a new career in the industry that is always essential. The heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Sean believes in Joique Bell. Over sports. We have some more topics to talk about. Stay tuned. There's some things I want to talk about with the draft picks we had.
It's 800 degrees in here as well.
Yeah, that's why I wore my beach clothes.
Gosh, damn it.
Huh? And so during break, we're going to turn on the air. We're going to make Sean happy. And we're going to make Art shut up and raise his hand.
We can't.
Listen.
Sean,
never mind.
Listen.
Never mind. You know what? I'm going to drive into a car this time. On my way to the police, just to complete the trifecta.
Hey, what car do you drive, Art?
I drive a Kia.
Well, make sure you hit a Kia. All right, stay tuned.
Hey, guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
Right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day, right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
Man, I'm not letting this disrespect go.
Disrespect.
There is no way.
Can we just move on?
I'm going to play the role of Art. No, you ready? I'm going to play the.
Yeah.
You know, Art, I thought you and I had a thing. I thought we had a connection.
Jesus.
You and I have had some heart-to-heart talks, and you have shared things with me that you didn't want out there, and I never let it get out there. And I've shared things with you that I didn't want to get out there, and it didn't get out there.
Right.
But then to hear you throw me under the bus during that break.
They did. They threw you under the bus.
And then one person has my back.
Because who was that one person, Sean?
Joique.
And it's definitely not Joique.
Of all the people he tells Joique he has his back.
Oh, so I don't have your back, Art? Just let me know now so I know how to go forward with my conversation.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
Just let me know.
No, hang on. I'm just gonna go in my casket now. Can we move on?
Can you even afford a casket?
No! That's why I'm gonna be cremated.
Shoebox.
Put me in a barn fire.
Hey, we put you in the Vans shoebox.
Thanks.
You like Vans?
This comment's the best. I'm balling. I got 6 kids in the Kia.
He got 7 kids though in a Kia.
And Sean, to be real, we're not breaking up. Sometimes I say stuff and then I don't think about it.
It hurt.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm going to say it hurt.
Hey,
Right.
sometimes
I accept your apology.
You know what though?
No
That's
for
what
it.
people do. They make these false claims in the off of you know what you just did, Art? You made a long-term decision off a temporary emotion.
Yeah, welcome to my relationships. Jesus.
Yeah.
Hi, Fish. Let's go to the aquarium. Hi, Fish.
Joique, you weren't here yesterday, so you missed something exciting that happened yesterday. Corey took the 1-chip challenge, and it didn't go so well. So, Joique, have you ever done a challenge like that, or would you think about doing a challenge like that?
Is it like a spicy chip?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chip with...
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Corey was in pain 4 hours later. I saw Corey in back. I'm not joking, and he looked like he went 12 rounds with you. And I go, dude, are you okay?
Sweating?
And you know what it was? He said it did something to my insides. I'm not joking. He looked at me.
I'm telling you what it did. It sped up his metabolism.
What was that line Jenna had?
Hey,
Art and Joique still have their bromance. Sean is just Art's side piece. I'm your
Our
booty
side
call.
piece.
That
Are
makes
you a
me
side
so
piece?
sad.
Are you a side piece?
Yeah, I'm his booty call. I wonder why
Are
my
you
phone
Jamie
rings
Foxx
at
and-
10 o'clock at night. Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Can I pop in?
It's not 10 o'clock. It's more so around
Yeah,
like
like
2:30.
Art not yet. It's like 7 in the evening.
Let me say, out of the whole Woodward Sports crew, I text Sean more than
Hold
anyone.
on. Corey has some news.
Corey, how you doing? You
just
feeling
ran in
okay?
here. How's that chip?
Where is he? Oh, there he is.
I don't care what they say, whatever your friends say. They can call you a punk. They can call you a bitch. Don't do that chip challenge. I'm telling you right now, I've never in my life cried on the toilet. I cried real tears.
Oh, it was bad after.
Corey, I saw you yesterday. I'm not joking.
You did one chip?
One chip. No, see, Sean, you saw me afterward. You didn't see the. Oh, you did see the aftermath.
Yeah, he did.
I was done.
I saw Corey at
I
about
felt
10
bad.
after 1.
Corey, will you do it for $1 million?
$1 million? Hell yeah.
He had to think about it.
Hell yeah, Corey.
I would, but I'm just gonna say this.
Was you
That
sweating when you ate
crying
it?
on the sweat was fine. It was the crying. It was the feeling that thing go through your body like.
What was the worst part? The first 5 minutes or the rest of the day?
The rest of the day, by far. I would take that first 20 minutes of how hot my mouth was and the ears burning over the rest of the day. Easy. Easy.
Joique,
Did
I'm
you
not
drink
listen.
milk? Did you drink milk afterwards?
Milk, none of that helps.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
Nothing helps but prayer and sleep.
But did you drink milk though? Did you drink milk?
Yeah, I drank milk. Prayer and sleep was the best medicine for me yesterday. I said about 10 Hail Marys, got wiped my face.
He was eating grapes too.
I do the chip challenge.
You know what? I got my
We got a
beautiful.
chip? Do we have
you know
a
what?
chip?
I'm going to say one for you. I got my beautiful.
Joique, you do not want to do it.
I want to do it now.
Joique, you do not want to do it.
Do it.
Joique, look, I know you're a tough guy. I really do.
Joique,
but I'm
do not
telling
do
you,
it.
You do not want the
Where is
problems.
Where
You
is it?
don't.
Where is it?
You don't want it, Joique.
You gotta
Joique,
order it.
listen to me. This is no exaggeration. Corey, if I'm exaggerating, you call me out.
Listen, I do it
walk
if
in the
Sean
back.
does it with me.
No,
Hey,
there's not
real
a chance
quick.
in hell I'm doing it.
Why
But
not?
I walk, because I'll tell you why. I walk in the back, and I start to go in the bathroom, and I stop, because Corey's standing next to the bathroom door like this. I'm not, like, Corey, I'm not joking.
No, he's
I go, dude, you okay? And he goes, this did something to my insides, man. I can feel it. I go, that's it. Why would I do that? Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense to
I'm
me.
sweating thinking about it.
Here's the craziest part about it. It's $45 for one chip.
I want to do the chip
What the
challenge.
hell's wrong with people? I don't want.
Joique, please don't do it.
Look,
I pray for your
I
safety.
would take the,
All right, if I do it,
I would
will you
take
do
the
it?
COVID shot again before I do that chip.
Really?
You do what?
I would get another COVID shot before I do that chip again.
Oof. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's that bad.
No
So
thanks.
sports.
No,
Hey,
no.
Art, would you do the chip
No, I have Tabasco sauce and I start crying.
for $1,000? You know what though? I sweat off of Taco Bell's mild sauce. I just sweat.
They said you're starting to sweat thinking about that chip too.
Yeah, I was sweating. Yeah, I was
You
sweating
know,
thinking about that
all
shit.
jokes aside, like Joique, I said this yesterday. Back in the day, my boys and I used to go out to try to find the hottest wing, and this dude like destroyed us one day, and I was like, well, that's the end of that. That was fun. It was a good 6 months, and this dude kicked our ass. And you know what? Now, I'd say the last probably 10 years, spicy garlic is about as hot as I'm going to go. Like using the B-dubs. You know, I don't know how often you go to B-dubs or Wingstop. Spicy garlic is about as hot as I'm going to go. It's just not. It's not worth it. I have to have a little taste now.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you purposely, hey, ghost pepper habanero mule ass.
Like this, can I do?
Why would I eat ghost
if I eat
pepper
that chip,
habanero mule
can
ass?
I put ranch on it?
No.
I don't think that'll help, but
Nothing will help. I mean,
you can put anything you want
dip it in
on
some
it. I don't
ranch.
think that'll do anything.
Have Corey go back to Mike's line. That was
Have Corey go get
the
the-
COVID gauntlet. Have Corey get the Moderna and complete the COVID vaccine infinity gauntlet. That's great. Thanos is just getting shot after shot. That's outstanding.
All right, so real quick, Sean, I want to get your take on these draft picks.
I
Let's go.
loved it. You know what, Joique?
Let's go through it.
It goes back to when you look at this Lions draft. This goes back to what we've been saying for 3 months, okay? And I know people don't want to hear it, but I'm going to say it again anyway. This is a franchise that, for the first time in my lifetime, says we aren't good. As a matter of fact, we suck, and we have to build. Bravo.
Bravo.
Honestly, I mean, Brad, like, respect. No joke, man.
So-
I love it.
And so, so you remember I told you I was going to reach out to him after the draft.
Is there?
And so we talked briefly. So
Did you say what up, though?
I didn't say what up, though. Damn it. I didn't say what up.
What up, though?
Actually, I think I did say what up.
I'm
though.
working on it. What up?
No, I think I did say what up though. But fast forward, I told him, I said, great draft. He said, thanks, brother. I said, with these draft picks, you got me excited. I might have to come out of retirement. So he responded and said, listen, we're trying to find value at every position. I told him we'll catch up soon, and he said for sure. And so, I might come out of retirement for a year. I told him just third downs, though. Only put me in there for third downs. I get some blocks. Get me out there open field. Let me make some plays, and let me get loose. Get me out there open field. Let me get loose.
That's right, Joique.
All right, shut up.
Do you want to play for a
do you want to
play in a crappy season, though? Why don't you wait a couple years? Can you wait a couple years? You can come back when they're pretty good? Wait a couple years. Because they're going to stink next year. Like, we know that, right?
They're going to win. I say they're going to win about 5-6 games.
Yeah, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
They're building.
We know it. We know it. And I went to the game last night. Art. Oh, yeah. We could be going to a game soon. And
Did you hear that, Art?
And no, he just told me to shut up. Why would I believe anything that he says? Shut up, Art. After I was upping him for wanting to come back, I was like, yeah, Joique, shut up, Art.
Because you've been condescending.
You know what? Eat your breakfast. Have a second breakfast. Do a third one. Get a milkshake. It's Joique's world. We're just all living in it.
I'm vegetarian, so I'm
good.
Not,
good for you.
Those eggs did look good, though, man. I'm not
delicious. It was on point. It was.
I was kind of eyeing that over there. Boy,
you want some eggs?
No.
Yeah, actually, I do.
Please go over your draft picks.
Again, shut up. So.
What did you think? What did you think? And what you hear about these guys?
You know what? I didn't. So listen.
Most of them, the last couple guys.
McNeil. I didn't know a lot about McNeil, but I went back and I researched him. I like the pick. I like the Panay. I had to do some homework on Jamal Jefferson, and
I didn't know anything about him. Point blank. Didn't know anything about him.
He reminds me a lot of. I'm not saying he reminded me of me. A guy who. Listen. He's not gonna outrun the whole team, but he has that speed to make big plays. Like I saw the game where he played against Oregon, their rivals, and at the time Oregon were 3-0, and I think they might have been 1-2. And
you see that angle by the safety, by the way? That was a great angle. But go ahead.
And but his vision, his making the most out of all his chances. I think his first year playing, he was averaging 9 yards a carry. Second year, 7 yards a carry, and then it came out his last year, he had probably double the carries he had the other years, but he still had over a 5-yard average. And so this is a guy that can go out there and make plays, good hands, making big plays on the field in the pass game. And this guy you can kind of play with. You can put him all over. So it'll be similar to me.
You know what was interesting? When I read his bio, because, again, I'm gonna, if I'm familiar with a guy, I'll tell you. If I'm not familiar with the guy. 5'10",
217.
I'm going to tell you. You know what was funny, Joique? The first thing I thought of is other than one line.
You see this?
I thought it was like you, except do you know what they said? He's not going to do a lot of damage after he catches the ball. And that's the difference between you and him. You could do some damage after you caught the ball.
Yeah.
Like in one of the little scout write-ups, I forget where I read it, but they said he'll help you out in the passing game, but he's not going to do a lot of damage once he catches the ball.
He's not going to get a yak. He's not going to get.
You're a guy that could get a little.
I'll get some yak.
You could get a little.
But his hands are good to be able to get downfield, make a catch.
Sure.
And, let's get him in open field and see what he'll do one-on-one. Let's just see what happens. The highlights that we saw of him, catching the ball, falling backwards, making awkward catches. But on this particular play right here, go back to the play before. All right, this play right here. Rewind it back a little bit. This is the type of play where you want to split the defenders. You want to go right down the middle. But he saw this. He tried to, but I like how he chose a defender and attacked that one defender. I like that. And he finished falling forward.
Watch this. Where's point of contact? Point of contact's the 37. He ended up at the 33.
Same foot.
I can watch it all day, Joique.
Same foot, same shoulder. Boom, and fall forward for another 4 yards.
Isn't that beautiful?
A good running back always falls forward. And they don't slip. And so watching him play, the mentality of which he plays with right there, finishing that hard, I love that. And then for him to come in and see that every year he's productive and every year he's getting more carries and making the most out of every opportunity that he gets, he's going to have to do that in the NFL in order to get a shot. But this is a guy I can see playing in the NFL 7-8 years.
Well, and you know what? Again, guys, I keep saying this. The NFL has changed so dramatically. I mean, what we grew up with isn't the case anymore. Mm-hmm. Teams are willing to groom quarterbacks, etc. We have RBC. I mean, running back by committee is real. It was real when Joique played, but Joique, I'm a firm believer in it takes people a few years to get out of what they grew up with, okay? There's no reason why this guy can't be part of the rotation for 7-8 years, like you said.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
And the first couple of years, he's going to be heavy on special teams.
Sure.
But that's fine. That's fine. Like, stay on special teams until you get your opportunity. When you do get your opportunity, you'll see and you'll notice that you're going to get your shot. You got to think, I didn't get my first NFL carry until my third year in the NFL. My third year when I got my very first NFL carry in the regular season.
In the regular season, yeah.
My very first.
Arthur.
Got a question from Jeff here. Jeff says, who has a better chance to be a top player at their position in the future?
Sewell, by far. It's not even close.
It'll be Sewell.
Yeah. And that's not to say that I think both defensive tackles, I mean, you're talking about the first thing, full disclosure, and I didn't talk to Scott about this yesterday, but Scott said to me immediately after the first two picks, hey, that's not bad for Brad Holmes. He got the best offensive tackle in the draft, and he got arguably the best defensive tackle in the draft. And I said, what do you think? And he said, I think he's the best defensive tackle in the draft. Okay. Those are your first two draft choices? Okay.
Who said this?
That's cool. Scott Bischoff.
Oh, Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And it's funny because on ESPN, they said they had him at the second defensive tackle and they had Penei Sewell as the first offensive tackle. But Penei Sewell is a guy that is, I really think, and famous last words, I think he is a generational talent. And you have to remember how young this guy is still and how he's just scratching the surface. Joique, they got, here's the term that I used yesterday, they got dudes with tudes. They did. Dudes with attitudes.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. It's exactly what you talked about the other day when we were talking about a former teammate of yours, that you wish that there was some more gorilla in him. You and I talked on the phone on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And that's what I said to you. I said,
you said what? When did we talk about that?
We talked about that Friday, I think.
Friday? Yeah, okay, we
You
did
know
talk
who we were
about
talking about. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that.
But you were like,
good player, just needed some more gorilla.
You wish these guys are all even on the offensive side, okay?
Yeah, that's what we need, though.
Yeah,
that's what
like
we need.
Amari is a bad man too. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes with tudes.
Mm-hmm, they do. And so when I talked to some of the scouts at the Lions and I asked them about Amari, tough guy, right? And you said that he has the potential to potentially be great. Mm-hmm. And so what they don't know yet is the yak. How are you going to do when you get the ball in your hand? Are you going to be – because I kind of compared his toughness to being kind of like GT's, Golden Tate's. He's that type of tough guy. Now, what can you do after the catch? It's up to him. I got to see. So all these notions we have about these players, they have the attitude. Do they have the play and the skills to match the attitude? That's all we're saying right here. I think Sewell is definitely going to be the best at their position, but I think the person that is going to be the sleeper is Amari. I think he might be the best improved, the most improved player. He could be. You know what's funny? I love Quintez Cephas. I really do. You and I weren't working together a year ago at this time, but Scott can tell you this. I was screaming to take Quintez Cephas in the 4th or 5th round, and it goes again to something you and I talked about so very often, and somebody made reference to Golden Tate. Don't tell me that you can't find studs in the 3rd and 4th round of the NFL draft. Don't tell me that because you aren't paying attention. Yeah. Period. End of story. Yeah. You can find studs. Now, listen, do I think that Cephas is a Golden Tate type of player? No. Do I think that Quintez Cephas is a guy that can do things for you using your number for the next 8 years? Absolutely. Absolutely. Just be a good, solid 2, 3, because, again, Joique, that's another thing that happened. We grew up in an era where, okay, Calvin's our 1,
Marvin's our 2. Maybe Golden's our 2. Marvin's our 3. We grew up in that era. No, you have, like, you hear Scott use the term, you have your X. Mm-hmm. That's the guy. That's the man. And then you know what? In an ideal world, you have 3 or 4 other guys that can just destroy you at any given time in different ways. That's what you want to build.
The thing I wish we could have got more of, but the way it was set up this year, we couldn't do it. I wanted to get some more linebackers. But the way that it's set up, we got next year for that.
Beautiful.
I'm not
2 years.
Yeah.
Great question. Jeff took it a step further. Who has the better chance to be the top player at their position? Sewell, Sider, Mize, or Hayes? It's tough with baseball players. Like the people that are already counting out Mize, I think that's crazy and everything. Mm-hmm. Mo Sider could be a very, very, very special hockey player, especially in a league that puts a premium on defensemen like that. He could be a very special hockey player. So right now, Sider, Sewell, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You know, but when you're talking about best at your position, Sewell. I'm serious, Sewell.
In the draft or
eventually, like 2-3 years from now, I could see that. How great would it be? Can you imagine the Lions' offensive line? Okay, best center, best tackle. Maybe they move him over left. Maybe they keep him at right. You got a budding guard in Jonah Jackson, and you have Taylor Decker. How good's that line going to be?
That's a nice O-line.
Right?
That's a nice O-line.
That's why you're coming out of retirement. I could play some fullback. You want me to lead block for you? It's a good decision. It's a very good decision. We don't use the fullback here. It's a good decision on your part.
We don't use the fullback here. Just put me in shotgun.
I could fall down at somebody's feet.
You know what, though? It's very different running out of shotgun versus the home position.
Sure.
It's different. I don't like it, but we made it work. Go ahead. What you got for us?
Sun RV Resorts. Are you familiar with their great work? Well, they have over 160 RV and camping resorts in the U.S. and Canada. Guests can enjoy water parks, lazy rivers, mini golf, restaurants, bars, and even Wi-Fi if they want to stay connected. With locations from the Florida Keys to Myrtle Beach to San Diego Bay and Petoskey, guests can enjoy the outdoors at a Sun RV Resort. Joique, did you hear what Tom Brady had to say? Well, we'll tell you what he had to say.
Well, what he said was,
we'll tell you what he had to say.
He would
when
rather
we come back.
give up this for that. We'll tell you what this and that is when we come back from these messages from our sponsors.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
I can't wait as soon as the show ends to go to the police station to file a report. I wanted.
He was just crying during break. He doesn't.
I can't wait. I can't. You know, it was funny when I woke up this morning. I said to myself, you know, I'm really hoping I can head to the police station and make a report today. That's what I want that more than anything.
And you know why you're going there? Because you thunk it up. You put it out there into the universe.
I'm going there.
Because you put it into the universe.
Because there's an old bag that was on the road that shouldn't be on the road. And NoFault Insurance is stupid.
Sean, sit up.
I'm not going to sit up. I'm going to throw up if I sit up. I need some eggs in me. Mikey, go get me some eggs. I'm going to eat on the air, too.
I'm going to throw up looking at that Notre Dame football shirt.
Nice shirt, Sean.
Right, can I tell you what this is? Oh, it's funny you ask. Can I tell you what this is?
Is that from Rudy?
Okay. So, for years, Notre Dame would come out with this shirt with some kind of... It's called The Shirt. Notre Dame would come out with this shirt with some kind of we're back, we're going to shake up the echoes again. All the promises of being back. And this is like during the Charlie Weiss era, right? Mm-hmm. So I started buying them as a joke. So I have a bunch of Notre Dame shirts like we're back, chanting her glorious name. I have a bunch of shirts from that era. And now fast forward a few years, 13 years to be precise from this shirt, my daughter wants to go to Notre Dame. Dad, isn't that the football team that you've mocked for many years? Yes, it is. Yeah. Because remember, Charlie Weiss was the smartest man ever, and Notre Dame was going to win 5 national championships. No, I'm not talking about Jim Harbaugh in this case. I'm talking about Charlie Weiss. So, and then people wonder why everybody else makes fun of you. Go figure. No doubt. Jenna said, it's a bump in your day. If that's the worst thing that happened, be blessed. Maybe now will be a good time to shop around on insurance. I did that, and so happy I did. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm a principle guy, though. Like Joique, we talked about it. Like, if something like this happens, Art, you said you can't get it. I can't get it out of my head. It's just there.
You gotta get it out.
I didn't do anything wrong. I was driving down the road.
But it happens.
Yeah, I agree it happens. But what shouldn't happen is I should be charged for somebody else's asinine behavior. That's what shouldn't happen. And so because of that,
so that's why you're moving to Florida. So that's why you're looking at Sandusky for that new spot.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a tank. And I'm going to drive down the road. And so the next time that woman, she's going to run into my tank.
But what I'm saying, you're still going to have to go get that fixed after she runs into your tank. All right, am I correct?
Yes, as Scott said, don't forget Brady Quinn was going to win 4 Heisman trophies. Yes, all the hype and Notre Dame is back and all that stuff. So it was a gag, and that's I have like 5 years worth of these shirts. By the way, it is probably the coolest place you'll ever see a college football game. If you're a college football fan, I'm serious. It's like go to the Grotto beforehand. It's a great spot. Who do I go to first? I think Fish, your hand.
No, go to Art. Go to Art.
Look at Fish. What a human.
Notre Dame has some of the best tailgate parties too.
It's unbelievable. Have you ever been there, Joique? South Bend?
Yeah, it's 20 minutes from my hometown.
I love it.
25 minutes.
It's beautiful.
Benton Harbor is considered Indiana to some people too, though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's considered Michigan.
That was.
I guess the same way where you're from is considered Flint.
I say I'm from Holly. I never said I was from Flint.
No, you definitely said you were from Flint before.
Nope, never said it.
Don't worry about it. We'll bring up. Say it again. You say you're not from where?
What's the corn like in Benton Harbor, Michigan? Is it similar to Indiana?
Huh?
Nothing.
We don't have cornfields.
Indiana does. That was the joke. Dingus.
Man, we do have cornfields in Benton Harbor.
Did you just say dingus?
Yes.
We do.
My kids say dingus all the time. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
This devilish
See you later, Bingus. All right, Fish.
Is it better than the Big House?
No, nothing's better than a big house. It's the big house. It's
you know
the
what?
big house.
It's
called the big house
very
for a
close
reason.
because there's two. They're two, iconic places.
What?
I mean, Notre Dame with the statues all around it and everything. It's very comparable.
No,
Absolutely.
it's not.
Absolutely, it is.
You telling me a school that has a population of 10,000 students is comparable to a school that has 45 to 50,000
The
students?
game day experience, yes, it's awesome. I love it.
It's garbage.
Because you know what it is, and the thing at Notre Dame
You
is
can't even drink. You're on campus. There's no liquor allowed on campus.
Yeah,
No
I've never
liquor in
seen any of it
Michigan
in the
either.
parking lot. Nick said
You got to
Colorado
sneak for
is
a drink. I don't drink, but I'm
State
just saying
is a
if I
great
did.
place to see a game. The stadium sucks, but it's right against the Front Range. Tom Adams is a great place to watch
Tom
a
Adams
game.
is the best field in college
Boy,
football.
the tailgating in the last 10 years out in that
Yeah.
South parking lot.
Yeah, and the Mathi.
There's some good stuff.
Some
Hi,
good
Arthur.
stuff.
Can I admit that I've never been to a college football game?
Yes, I mean, that doesn't surprise us. Yeah.
I've been to a Notre Dame hockey game. That was fun. But
their jerseys are awesome. I love
their jerseys are nice. That blue and gold.
I think I told you I did the tour of the South. I've been to every SEC venue but one, and there's no comparison. There's nothing you can compare. It is a religion down there. It is crazy. It is like beyond crazy. And LSU was awesome. The Swamp was awesome.
Go Tigers!
But I told you, Ole Miss was unbelievable. It was.
Oh, my.
Ole Miss.
Fish, do it again.
Go Tigers! Woohoo! Tigers! That's what it's life to them. It's the only thing they have is football. Tigers, Gators.
Surprise me every time. Old Mills. That's what it was.
Old
Mills. McCluster.
He's gone. No, he's not.
Do the Murder, She Wrote line, Fish.
Yes, he is.
Murder.
Murder. She wrote. Do it.
We're waiting, Fish.
She wrote.
But that's what he did.
Murder.
Sanders.
Coming up at 7
Sanders.
on local stations except on the West Coast.
Fish waited way too long, though.
Angela Lansbury. Murder. She wrote. That's just...
Fish tried saying it before you.
Freaking legend. Freaking legend.
So, Brady.
Just your local news, except
So
for the
Tom
West
Brady,
Coast.
in case you missed it,
You're watching
Tom
football on
Brady said he
CBS.
would give up 2 of his Super Bowl rings. 2 of his Super Bowl rings.
And I agree with him.
To have a 19-0 season.
I would. If I was in it, I would. Let me
What
tell you
if
this.
you had 1 Super Bowl ring?
That's different. That's different.
So would you would just accept 1 Super Bowl ring?
That boy
if
got.
you went 19-0.
Listen, that boy got more rings than Thanos. He can give up 2. He can give up 2. Because this is the thing. This is the thing. Sean, you said that if you won a Super Bowl, you'll keep that ring because they can never take it away from you, right?
Yep.
Tell me everyone. Who won the Super Bowl in 1980?
Super Bowl 15?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Super Bowl 15? That would be the wild card Oakland Raiders
All
over
right.
the Philadelphia Eagles 27-10.
Okay, now name me every player on that roster.
Every player on that roster?
Every player. Name
that
me every.
I can't do.
Exactly.
That I can't do.
But what was the only team to go have a perfect season?
The 72 Dolphins.
72 Dolphins. Do you know more players on that team than the Oakland Raiders?
I might. And I wasn't. I don't remember.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this. Every year you have to have a Super Bowl, so you're always gonna have a Super Bowl winner. But just because you won a Super Bowl doesn't mean you had a perfect season. And so I'd rather take a perfect season because you're gonna go down in history as well. They can never take that perfect season away from you.
See,
so
no, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I remember having this conversation a few years ago. Do you remember when Golden State set the record for most wins? What
73.
Yeah. Do you remember? And they set the record for most wins.
Yeah, and they lost. And
then they lost in the finals.
Yeah.
So to me, great. You know, what would I rather have? The record for most wins or a championship?
Only
Give me the ring.
They're fine because they came back and won what? They won 3 wins.
They won before and then they won after.
But they're also going to be known as the greatest team, the greatest record in NBA history right now. They are, right? And then
Scott just said to me, Sean, when did the Habs last win a cup and how many of their players can you name? Do you want me to start now?
Yeah.
June 9th, 1993. Where do you want me to start? With the goalies, the defense, or the forwards?
No, let's continue.
So,
hey,
it's a little joke between us. But no.
All right, man, relax. Relax, Art.
See, when you have a handful of rings, I can understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Let's say he only has 3 rings.
No. We can't do hypotheticals. We're not looking in the crystal ball.
From his perspective, I get that.
Yeah.
From his perspective, I get it.
From him. He's not talking for anybody else but him. So I don't want to throw hypotheticals. I want to talk about Tom Brady.
For Tom Brady, yes, but now I have to throw in a hypothetical. If I had 3 rings, would I say I only have 1, but it was a 19-0 season? No. I like the idea of I'm a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Like when you talk to Darren McCarty, I don't know if you know this, Darren McCarty has a business card. And on his business card, it says Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. I'm sorry, that's cool. Like that's cool. That's awesome. And on the business card, it wouldn't say Darren McCarty, 1-time Stanley Cup champion, but we were the greatest team of all time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But with Tom Brady, you're right. I love what you said. He has more rings than Thanos.
Yeah.
So why? No, you're right.
Yeah.
Would I give up 2 of them to have the perfect season? Sure. Yes, I would. I don't have any problem with that. But that's where we have to, I think you do have to get into the weeds a little bit and talk about that. I mean, Mac, if you're watching, You can text me. Matt, would you give up 2 of your Stanley Cup rings to say we had the most? Because you got to remember, the Red Wings set the record for the most wins in a season, and they got knocked out too, right? Mm-hmm. Not the most points, but they had the most wins in a season. And in the year that they did it, they got knocked out, rather unceremoniously, and thus began the rivalry with the Avs. Mm-hmm. Mac, would you have given up 2 of your rings to say we had the team with the most wins and won the Stanley Cup? It's an interesting question.
I don't think that's equivalent. I would say he would give up 1 because Brady has 7. He has 4. So I'll say 1.
The Tampa Bay jerseys here have to be the dopest jerseys ever.
Go ahead, Art. What you had to say?
Sean just looked at me and said that I could talk. These jerseys right here are dope. But, I mean, when you look at Brady, I mean, we're having this conversation right now, but the man is literally legend status. Like, if he was quit today, legend status. To me, I agree with you, Sean. I would rather have my legacy be known as Super Bowl champ than a 19-0 season.
But you would still
you still have 5.
Let's use the Tom Brady.
You still have the most rings than any other player.
I'm Tom Brady, 5-time Super Bowl champion and author of A Perfect Season. That's a pretty good business card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You said yeah. Hold up. You said yeah. Like it could be better. Like what?
Why are you getting so emotional?
Because
based off of my
I'm not getting emotional.
I've never thrown a football in my life, Joique. My opinion means shit. All that I'm saying is...
I wish you'd come over.
I don't believe you.
I'm going to bring a football to work, and we're going to play catch with Art right here. I don't think you can throw that far, and so this is perfect space.
Why? So you can mock me the whole time? No. What I'm saying is this. I would rather be known as multi Super Bowl champ than an undefeated season is cool. Don't get me wrong.
He said 5 Super Bowl rings. So how's that not multi?
Because 7 is more than 5.
It's still multi.
Right, I understand that, but I'd rather keep all my rings and have my legacy.
All right, give me one player who has more rings than Brady if he only have. If say he dropped 2.
I understand that, but what
I'm asking you a question though. I didn't say you said that. I asked you a question.
I'm saying don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Does any other player has 5 Super Bowl rings?
Charles Haley does.
What was that?
Charles Haley won, I believe, 3 with San Francisco and 2 with Dallas. He may have been on all 3 with Dallas, so he might have 6.
No,
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. Look me up. Can you? How many Super Bowl rings?
For you, Sean, anything. What do you need, buddy?
Sometimes things come up during. I think Charles Haley has 5. Look up Charles Haley Super Bowl wins.
This got Art.
I think Charles Haley has. Bradshaw has 4. There are a bunch of Niners that have 4. I think Haley might have 6.
You think?
5 or 6 for sure. I know it's at least 5.
He has 2 with the 49ers and 3 with the Cowboys.
All right, 5. Yeah.
Okay. Anything for you, Sean?
Thank you.
Okay.
Boy, I'm a nerd for knowing something like that. But
that's the only one.
That's the only one I can think of.
And he can have 5. He can still have 5 in a perfect season. I'm taking that.
Ken Norton. Let's see. Ken Norton, I think, won. No, he won 3 years in a row. He won 2 with the Cowboys, and then he went to San Francisco in free agency. So he won a Super Bowl 3 years in a row.
And what years?
92, 93, 94 seasons.
Look at that, man.
Perfect.
Yeah. Art was still crawling at 4.
So he only won.
Art, were you still crawling there?
I was born in '89.
So he was still crawling.
Yeah. So you're still. So Joique, at the end of the day, you're still saying, I have as many rings as anybody, and I have a perfect season.
Well, we could just wait 2 years and he can get them back, too.
Pretty hard to... Mike chimed in, our buddy Mike here, Mike chimed in and said Mac said he'd take the 95 finals because without them getting smoked against the Devils in 95 and then losing that year that they had the 62 wins, who knows if they have 4 cups. And that's good logic. Mm-hmm. At the time, it was devastating. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, you got smoked against a team that you should have beaten, the 95 Devils. And then, you had the 62-win season, and you lose rather unceremoniously in 6 games in the conference finals. So at the time, you're devastated. But with the benefit of hindsight, you won 4 cups after that. That created your mini dynasty. So it's a pretty cool thing. Joique, you're right. I'm with you. I would easily give up 2. I
I
agree
would give
with
up
Tom
2.
Brady.
I'm giving up 2. So I want to take a quick break, but first I want to bet you. No. First I want to bet you that anybody in Tom Brady position would do the same thing. What did my bookie have to say about that?
Speaking of bets, baseball, basketball seasons are so long, and with up to 400 potential matches a month, you can make each and every one matter by having skin in the game with mybookie.ag. Whether you're placing a wager on your favorite team, player, or just looking for some kicks, MyBookie gives you the best odds and tons of options to make all your favorite sports a hell of a lot more exciting. You can bet on, for example, every morning, Fish and I have our hockey talk. You can bet on hockey. Take advantage of odds coming up. Stanley Cup playoffs start a week from today. You can hit up the MyBookie Casino for the full-fledged experience where weekly blackjack tournaments give you and your friends a crack at prize pools up to $50,000. How about Cole Caulfield becoming the first player ever to score his first 3 goals in overtime? He's the first player ever to score his first 2 in overtime. Go to mybookie.ag, sign up now, and use our promo code Woodward to get your first deposit matched up to $1,000. Let them know we sent you. So use our promo code Woodward to get that free deposit bonus and start your day off with a W. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Joique, the Tigers are a mess. And I hate to keep talking about it, but you know I'm kind of hoping that happens one day? I want just one human being to go, you know, Sean, I was mad at you a couple years ago when you were dogging on Al Avila and the Tigers. Mm-hmm. It looks like you were right. Just one. Do you know how happy that would make me? Because Joique, here's the thing. It's easy to sit back and call somebody a hater. It is. It's really easy. I mean, it takes no
Twitter
effort.
fingers.
Right? Yeah, I mean, seriously. I love the Tigers. I season tickets for the Tigers.
Somebody called me a hater in here.
This guy isn't the answer. What other evidence do you need? We'll get into that. May the 4th be with you.
Why are we still doing that?
Lots of stuff.
May the 4th be with you.
Glad you could join us. It's Tuesday morning. I'll be at a police station in an hour. Woodward Sports.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
What up, though? Oh, sorry. Hold on. What up, though?
No. So you can keep your same tone. Just when you get to the dough, just decrescendo.
What up, though? No. Art shaking his head. No. See, you screwed me. What up, though? All right. Glad you could join us.
All right, do it one time for the people.
Art, can you do it?
No, Joique's just gonna mock me. We've got a caller on the line.
But you're doing it for Sean.
I'm not your little jumping
Sean
jack.
just asked you, Art.
Art, will you help me out?
You know what? My only friend here, yes. What up, though? Well, what is up, though?
That sounded natural, didn't it? You didn't think that sounded... No? What up,
It
though?
sounded like you a little bit.
All right. What up, though?
Hello, friend. It's Jim Nance.
One more time, Art.
What up, though?
Or you could just say hello. I mean, that works, too.
Hello.
Hi.
Pete's hanging on the line. We appreciate you, Pete. 313-552-6322. What's up, Pete?
What up, though?
Joique. Hey, Sean. Hey, the ultimate football trivia question. You ready?
How are you, Pete?
Good. I'm doing good. Thank you.
What's up, Pete Meister?
Okay, the ultimate football trivia question.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Name the only player that played for Miami Dolphins undefeated and the winless Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's a great question. Because they went, 0-14 in 76?
Correct.
Wow. You know who was quarterback of that team? Correct me if I'm wrong, Pete. It's a little bit before my time, so I'm going on my photographic memory. Wasn't Steve Spurrier the quarterback of that team for a bit?
I believe
so.
The
former Gators coach? Yeah, I believe Steve Spurrier. No, who was it?
I don't know.
No. Who was the only player to play for the Dolphins? Sorry, Pete.
It was Larry Ball.
Larry Ball. Can you imagine that in the span of just a few years, you go from the perfect season, okay, 72 to 4 years later, being the imperfect season. Wow.
Yep.
That's great.
And he played for the Detroit Lions.
That's a great Pete. That's a great question. I never knew that. That's a great question. That's a good trivia question.
Ooh.
Okay. See you guys.
Take care, buddy.
Thanks,
I can name the championships and all that stuff, but that's a good question. That was, you got to remember, that's a little even before my time. I'm old, but that was a little before my time.
What year was you born?
70. I don't remember sports until about 76, 77. Like, seriously. I don't remember.
That's 76.
Yeah, but that was, I wasn't really paying attention to the Tampa
losers.
Buccaneers in 1976. You know what I
Tampa
mean?
Buccaneers.
I kind of remember things like it's. Wow. All right, go back to your earliest sports memories. They're all kind of foggy, right? Like I remember,
we didn't have cable. So.
I remember the '76 Stanley Cup Finals because my uncles were going crazy.
The Bulls.
I remember the '76. I remember the '76 Olympics a little bit. That's about it.
I'm telling you. My childhood sports memory was my varsity high school team. I'm telling you. We didn't have cable, so I didn't watch professional sports.
No kidding, yeah?
Too often, no.
Wow.
Nah, too often. If it was, I'm on the west side of the state, so it would be Bulls, mostly Bull games. So we had like a lot of Chicago fans on our side of the state. A lot.
In Indiana?
No, in Ben Harbor.
Oh.
Ben Harbor, Michigan, on Lake Michigan.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
you are. I mean, that's what people don't understand.
About 3 hours away from Holly.
You're like an hour away from Chicago and like a half hour away from Notre Dame, right? Like Benton Harbor, you're like about an hour away from Chicago.
About an hour and a half.
Okay.
Depending on where you're going.
Yeah, and like 25, 30 minutes from Notre Dame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right
it's a
there.
great side of the state. It really is.
We have a lot of people from South Bend come up to Ben Harbor for the beach. Hey, Art, have you ever been to a beach before?
I actually went to Benton Harbor Beach, but thanks for asking.
It's not called Benton Harbor Beach. It's called Silver Beach, but hey.
It's the same thing. It's also called Almost Michigan, so.
No, it's not called. It's called.
Let me guess.
I tell you what it's not called. I tell you what it's not. I tell you what it's not called. It's not called Flint.
Okay, and you basically are saying that Niles is considered a Michigan too? It's not.
Niles is in Michigan.
I know it's Niles, Michigan, but you're so close to South Bend, you could smell it.
It doesn't matter.
You can smell the holy water, Joique.
You know what's crazy? That all these states, they have borders, and they have borders. I guess we live in Canada then. I guess we live in another country.
Did we ever have that conversation about how crazy the border is up in New England?
I love Canada.
Yeah, we talked about that, and you showed us the library.
The library. It's crazy.
Yeah,
like half of the libraries in Quebec and half of the libraries in the United States. And it's like, do you know what separates me and Mike? Like, Mike could be in Quebec right now. He's like 10 feet away from me, and I could be in aux États-Unis.
You can
nothing.
You can go check out.
There's nothing there.
You can be there. I'm about to go check out.
Yeah,
Think and Grow Rich. I'm gonna go check out Think and Grow Rich.
See if you can find like a street corner. There's like there. It's funny. There was one sign where it said, Canada, America. All right, so there's that library that we were talking. Like half that library is in Quebec, and half of it is
what does
in
street corner say?
Aux États-Unis. Yeah. There's like a sign that says United States, Canada. And it's like
right on the street corner.
There's nothing there. Yeah, there's just like on one side of the look at that.
Art.
How weird is that?
Art, when you was on the street corner, what did the sign say when you was on the corner?
Oh my God, that was so. Oh, let me put it up so we can all laugh together. Oh. You're making prostitute jokes on a sports network.
I wasn't a prostitute.
That when you were on the street corner,
saying,
that's a hooker joke.
No, but do you know what? There is a guy like right when you get off the zoo. He's the smilingest, happiest person. He really is.
I was talking about this, Art.
Yeah, he's the. I throw $1 out to that guy almost on a daily basis. You know why?
So what corner did you claim when you were?
When I was living in Detroit, 7 Mile and Mac, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. I was running them things.
We was running it up, busting it open.
Count it up, count it up, count it up.
Like, listen, I'm not Fish. We'll get to you in a second. Like, Joique, have you ever seen that guy like right at Woodward in 696? Like when you get off to shoot up Woodward.
No.
There's a guy that sits out there, smiles every day, and so if I get stuck at the light, you know what? I give him $1. Now I'm not going to fire money out the window if I'm driving by, but you know why? And I should say this to him. You know why I give you money? You're smiling every day. And that makes me happy.
And here you are crying about your truck when there's a guy in a street corner just smiling for a buck.
Just smiling.
How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night?
I don't understand. I really don't understand you.
Hi, Fish. What's up?
Well, first of all, Art, you just spoke in rhyme. I'm pretty impressed with that. But Sean, what you were talking about the border of Quebec and like even Ontario. My aunt lives in Ottawa. Right next there is Gatineau, Quebec, and there's a different drinking age in both provinces. I can't drink or go do anything in Ontario. I drive 5 minutes. I can drink. I can do whatever the heck I want. I've never understood that about Canada.
You never understood
Gatineau is kind of a crazy city.
And so I'll give you a perfect example. So my freshman year, I had to be at Wayne State. Me and my friends would go to Canada, and I was always the DD. And so we go there, and you can be 19 and drink in Windsor. So we'll go there to Windsor, and they'll get tore up. Right, they'll just get tore. They get sloppy. And I drive us back, and we get pulled over, and they ask, have you been drinking? And this is the loophole. It's not against the law to be drunk in America. It's against the law to drink in America. And so we got back, and they can't arrest us because we weren't technically drinking in America. And so once we cross the border, we go back to the campus, and we're fine. And that was always this kind of one of the good things about going to school at Wayne State. You can 5-minute drive to Canada, 5-minute drive right back home.
Yeah, that was, trust me, that was, Art, was that a big thing for you where you grew up? Because we, honest to God, on a Thursday night at Don Cherry's, it felt like a high school reunion sometimes.
Yeah, when I went to Specs Howard, I was 19, so I would go to
Hey, don't disrespect Specs Howard, Joique.
I would go to Canada, and I would party, and then...
It's a great campus.
When did you go, Art? Was it Thursday night still the big night?
Yeah, it would go... I'm trying to remember the name of... Sports. Let's talk about
Shout out to Specs Howard.
Let's talk about the sports.
Everybody went to Don Cherry's. It was funny. It was supposed to be a hockey bar, but that kind of became into the hangout bar.
There's some great clubs. I heard Voodoo back in the day, and Stick used to go and do the Windsor thing. And
Voodoo? Is that in Canada?
I don't know.
I think so. I don't know. I don't drink anymore, so I don't know anything.
You really don't drink?
No, I haven't had a drink since 4th of July last year.
No shit.
Proud of you, Art.
Thanks, buddy.
How
Thank you,
come
Fish.
I didn't know that, Art?
Yeah, I just don't drink.
Wow.
I have a gluten intolerance, allergy, whatever, and then on top of that, I'm just not a good person when I drink. Yeah.
You're already not a good person.
Good for you.
You're already not.
Yeah.
That was good, Joique.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I appreciate it. So, let's get into it. Watch the film in the RB room. When I watch film of like younger RBs, it's the certain things that I'm looking for. I want to see their vision. I want to see their patience in the backfield on say zone runs. I want to see how patient they are. I want to see their speed gets in the way of their vision, of letting the play develop. One of the most patient running backs I've ever seen play the game, which only he can do that, and at that specific team, was Le'Veon Bell. I've never seen a running back that patient. I'm not telling you that you have to be that patient, but that's a huge part. So when I played with C.J. Spiller, he was so fast that sometimes he will get ahead of the play. And over time, where he was able to kind of channel his speed and kind of control it, he became an elite running back in this league and was very fast. He was able to use his speed when he needed to. And I'm looking for that. I'm looking for toughness. I'm looking to see how they finish their runs on the sideline. Do they run out of bounds? Do they finish the run? Do they create contact? Do they fall forward? Do they have good feeding? Do they have good feet in the hole, being able to jump cut back into an open gap? So it's a lot of things that happens. If a play breaks down, can you make a guy miss in the backfield to get back to the line of scrimmage? It's a lot of things that I look for when I'm watching film, all right? And that's me scouting a running back. Now, as a player.
Can I call a timeout real quickly?
Yeah.
Do you know what you sound like right now?
What?
A coach.
Or
Lion
scout.
Staff, if you're looking for
a coach or a scout.
A coach/scout, I know a guy.
No. So
get on that payroll.
No, why?
I'll help you scout. You can hire Scott and I.
You know what? That'd be good. And then as a player, when I'm looking at watching film, I will walk into a meeting. Well, not a meeting. I'll walk into the coach's office, Curtis Mockins, and I wanted to know, like, what do you look for when you're scouting a team? Like, what are you looking for? And because I didn't know what to look for. Like, I knew what I was looking for when I watched film, and I'm watching all 10-yard plus runs, and I'm watching safeties and seeing how they tackle bigger backs from 10 yards out. And that's why I was able to get a lot of the hurdles, because I know for the most part, safeties and DBs, they don't want to hit us up top. They want to just dive at our legs. And so I already have a pre-snap of how the play is going to play out in my head. And so I have so many plays of me hurling guys. All right, can you get that up? Of me hurling guys. And that wasn't just out the blue. That was me watching film.
After this, we'll have the film of me hurdling like pillows. And this one time I hurdled a brick. It was unbelievable.
Right.
There was a brick laying on the ground, and I cleared that brick.
Yeah, but it's
Good
great.
2 inches.
So these are the things that no, we watched this. And so when I walked into his office, the first thing he told me, he said, I said, what are you looking for? He said, well, I'm looking for a weakness. I'm looking for their weakness. I'm like, their weakness? Like, what do you mean? And so we sat down, we watched film, and then he'll show me some of the weak links on their defense. We want to run towards this guy here. You know, they'll move him around. We want to run to his side because he's not as capable as this other player. And so we want to attack him. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So what plays are you thinking about? And then we'll run through that. And these are the things that I'm learning as a player going in the room with these coaches, because honestly, I didn't watch as much film in college as I did in the NFL.
That was unbelievable.
That game was gruesome. Okay, you can
running downhill. Running downhill, baby.
Yeah.
No, don't fast forward. I want to watch this.
Come on.
Don't go east-west, Joique.
I got the first down, got out of bounds.
Yeah, you did.
No,
There it is. You want to set him up north-south, baby.
No, that was clock management. There's north-south too.
There you go.
North-south.
Look at my man.
All right, so this is a play where we're down and we're trying to make that run, and the crowd wasn't into the game, and after that run, they kind of got back into the game. Look at A.J. Hawk. Look at that.
Once you get those shoulders square.
There we go.
Attaboy.
Larry Warford. Look at that. That was a great draft.
Yeah, I'll never forget how that game
Look
ended.
at Rob Sims getting down there, getting that. I see you, Big Rob.
That was unbelievable.
I see you, Big Rob.
Did you guys watch that game in the snow?
Oh, my God, man. That was
unbelievable. I can't believe that was 8 years ago. Look at that.
Come on, Don. Just go attack him, Don. Just go attack him, Don. There we go. But great times, man. Those were good times.
I'm happy for you.
Did you call some of our games?
Never.
Never? Did you ever want to?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, what guy? I've been very blessed. I called professional hockey, which is awesome. But, yeah.
But that's your dream, though. That's your favorite sport.
Yeah, that was.
If you had to choose between the Lions and the Red Wings, you'd probably go Red Wings. If you had to choose.
No. Now? No.
No, then.
Then? Oh, yeah.
About 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, once I did an NHL game, it's like check the box, and the schedule sucks. The travel sucks. 16 or 17 dates a year would be optimum, as opposed to 2 or 3 times a week where you're traveling and all that.
Can your family come with you?
Not when you're traveling with the team.
But like in some professional sports, they'll let you bring your family. You guys have a long haul for like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah. You know what though? It's not for me. I wouldn't want that schedule. But like I mean, look, they're never going to hire me. I mean, Dan's one of the best in the business. They don't have local broadcasts. Would I do their like preseason games or something? Absolutely. I'd love to. You kidding me? But you know, there are other guys out there that are more, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Polished?
Speak it into existence, Sean.
What's up, Fish?
Sean, what is your goal before you retire? Your dream game to commentate?
Nothing.
So you don't...
Honest to God, I'm not... I'm
you
so...
satisfied?
I'm so blessed.
He's full.
No, I'm so blessed. It's I've done everything.
There's no
I'm
like
blessed.
Game
I'm
7 or the first Seattle Kraken home game this October.
No, I've done everything. I got one, but that's gonna
What
be
is that?
that's mine. That's
So you don't want?
I'll tell you when it happens, but I've got one. But that I'm not going to tell you what it is. That's mine, just one. And when it happens, I'll tell you that was it, and that's it.
I'd like to hear Joiques goals for not only the rest of the year, but the next 10 years, and we can do that after the break. But I think Joiques maybe, you know what, your end of the day goal, Sean, would be maybe having some delicious 8 Mile vodka to think about your tough day. Maybe.
Did you know 8 Mile vodka was born in Detroit? And it's distilled in single 90-liter batches to allow for optimal quality control and care. Then it's carbon filtered, aerated, and bottled at the perfect time to produce a subtle taste with a smooth finish and a character all its own. It's an exceptional premium vodka that can be chilled and enjoyed straight or mixed to create an exceptional cocktail. I think I'm going to make myself a Moscow Mule this afternoon. I think I might make 5 of them. Next time you're out, ask your bartender for an 8 Mile vodka, or you can pick up a bottle at Meijer, and as always, drink responsibly. Joique Bell, Sean Baligian, more on, I like Joique's Film Room. We should do like a
Joique Film Room.
Joique's Film Room.
As soon as, you know what though? So next week we are planning to have something pretty cool where I can stand up back here and I can walk us through certain plays. And I would love to go through certain plays from these draft picks where you guys can see in real time with me pointing out certain things that's happening in real time on this film and give you guys a clear understanding.
I like that. We have a special guest. We have a special guest coming up. Should we break now, Art? You want to break now, or should we wait to?
Yeah, we should wait a little bit.
Yeah, let's wait. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, good job. Good job.
We can wait with that.
We can talk about Star Wars again if you guys like.
I don't want to talk about Star Wars. I don't want to talk about Star Wars.
You're not a big May the 4th be with you, Joique?
No, May the 4th be with you is so outdated. It's so outdated.
Well, tell it to Stick. He's a big Star Wars fan.
I think Stick could whoop on Joique.
You said Stick's to Star Wars. That's enough said. That's enough said. Stick is just, I don't know.
You won't say that to his face, though.
Yeah, if Stick came in right now, would you tell him the same thing you just said?
Yeah, I would.
No, he wouldn't.
Go get him.
All right, I will. I'm gonna get Stick right now.
By the way, as we were talking, and Art, you said speak into existence. I just got.
I want you guys to understand.
I just got a text from the
Lions.
Lions.
I want to say to somebody's face.
Did you for real?
I swear to
You said
God.
what? Would you do what?
I just got a text from the Lions.
I'm your genie.
What is that?
Because we're working on a little something.
Oh, maybe.
So this is your plan that when they're done.
No,
this
he's talking to Lions to see if I could go to a game with them. That's what it is. We're gonna play football.
No, we're trying to coordinate a time when a buddy of yours can join us. How's that?
Is that my friend
from Philly?
Yeah. We're trying to fit. Yeah, we're trying to. Are you talking to NOMAE?
I'm talking to Greg.
Okay.
We'll call him Greg.
Did you pick up what I was putting down right there?
I did. 1,000%.
Look at that.
1,000%.
We're here.
1,000%.
Because that's code. We were just talking in code that you guys will never know. Play that back. Play that back.
We have a special guest coming up. Pretty cool story.
Pretty cool.
You're going to want to check this out. Glad you could join us for a Tuesday on Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
All right, welcome back in. So glad you can join us here on a Wednesday afternoon. He's Joique Bell. I'm Sean Baligian. And Joique, we are being joined now by a special guest that I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say you might know a little bit more about this fella than I do. So I'll let you.
All right, so
I'll let you introduce.
All right, so really quick, me and Wynn Sarden both went to Wayne State together. I was there from 05 to 09. when you got there in 07, I believe it was
06.
06. He was there from 06 to 09. And when he got on the team, my roommate was actually on the basketball team, and he was from my hometown. And so that's how we initially met. And so me and him were the knit between the football team and the basketball team. Like, if you saw us, you saw them. You saw them, and you saw us. So it was a big family-oriented group. And so he graduated. He moved out to L.A. to further his acting career. So he's still out in L.A. right now. And he's been in a lot of different things that I'll let him get into. But around 2012, I started to do my off-season training in LA, and whenever I go out there, I'll always stay with him, and we'll always, get together. And it was always a great time out there, and he'll show me the city through his eyes, and I met a lot of people through him. And I'm just saying, like, we just had this brotherhood for the longest, one of my closest friends. And so I went out there around the last year, 2018, of me playing, and he pulled me to the side, and I don't think he told anyone, but he told me that it was a possibility that he might have cancer. Right. And so we sat down, we spoke, and initially he was like, yeah, I'll be okay. Because they haven't told me that yet, but I said, bro, go get that checked out right now. And we talked about it, and he ended up going to get checked out. Came back that he did have it, had the surgery, went through the chemo, did everything, went through the radiation, and beat it. And this is around COVID time. And so by the time he got his results back from the checkup, the first checkup, it showed that he didn't have it. It was still active. Went back again later on, probably a couple months later, because it was delayed. And came back the second time, it came back at stage 4. And so he had to start the whole process back over. But I remember I flew out with a couple of our friends. We went out there, kicked it with him for his birthday, and it's a scary feeling because he didn't know if that was going to be his last birthday or not. And we wanted to make sure that if it was, that we were there to spend it with him. And so he goes through the process, and then yesterday I get a text from him that he got a PEP scan last week, and got the results yesterday. Called me, he texted me immediately. I'm inactive. I don't have it. I'm in remission. And so, yeah, sir. So it was a long process, man. It was a long process, man. I the courage and the positivity that he showed throughout this entire process is encouraging, and definitely an inspiration to a lot of people. It was an inspiration to me. Made me thankful for everything that I had. Made me cherish my family that much more, and never take life for granted. Never take life for granted. But everybody wins Sarden. What's up, my guy?
What's up, boy? What's up? How you doing, man? It's nice to finally be on here.
Yeah. I know you've been watching for a while. You've been supporting the show since I came on. And so
definitely.
Yeah. And so what's next, man? What's next? What's next for you?
Oh man, what's next? I got a lot on my plate, man. First and foremost, I want to just continue to push the envelope, man. Ever since becoming a part of this new family, and been on this new journey, I've made a lot of, new friends and new family. And, when I first started, I started the WynnAnthony.com because I wanted people to support, and I wanted them to, be able to have something to show, and also be able to, further get that information out there that they were joining the fight against cancer. And, I thought it would be something that I would only do for the time that I was sick, when I would get better, maybe forget about it. But this is something I can't forget, you know what I mean? And people are still asking for, new merch and new ways to go ahead and get this information out there. And I want to go ahead and continue to do that. And obviously I have other ideas in mind, like I want to do a small memoir of my journey over the past 2 years, and, how I was affected by it, and, the goods and the bads and the positives about it.
Yeah. Now, throughout your time of going through this process, how big was your support system, and how much support did you get from outside sources, family members, friends?
Man, I mean, that was one of the key things that got me through this, regardless, other than my faith and God, my family and my friends was a huge support. I mean, you've known me for a very long time, and, maybe 15 plus years, and I'm the type of person that's always about friends, family, camaraderie, teamwork and things like that. And, I can be stubborn sometimes and try to go through things alone, but, being able to have my friends and family jump in, continue to motivate me, push me, even when I'm up or when I'm down, that was a huge impact on me, to further motivate me every day to get up and go ahead and, get this thing head on and fight this and make sure I come out on the end of this at the top.
For sure.
What went through your mind when the doctor first used that dreaded C word? Because as Joique was telling that story, I went through a scenario with my father where he passed a couple of weeks ago, and that's supposed to happen to guys in their 60s and 70s. You're a young, healthy man. What was that moment like for you?
To be honest with you, it was like a movie. I was so accustomed coming from my sports background. I was familiar with injuries, twisted ankle, torn ligament or something like that. The only knowledge that I really had of cancer was what I would see on TV through some friends and family members who potentially had it. But my mom was affected by breast cancer. So that was just the only experience that I had with it, which was short-lived once my mom was able to beat breast cancer. Yeah. And she was stage 1, so it didn't last long, So it was kind of like, okay. And it was just in hindsight. And then I developed a lump on my chest that further made me want to go ahead and get my health checked. Like I said, conversations with Joique, like he said earlier, it was like, go ahead, because I would be stubborn and I wouldn't go. And, being there that day getting surgery when they were finally trying to get the definitive answer. And, it was a good day. I woke up feeling good. My mom was there. I was just having a conversation with her. And the doctor just came in, and he had this look on his face, but we were just expecting positive news. And it was like a movie, literally. The words just came out of his mouth like, Wynn, I'm sorry to let you know, you have cancer. No. And it was just unreal. And then, I didn't think too much of it at first. I thought it was maybe mild, but then he further let me know that it was stage 3 and that it was kind of aggressive. So it was just a sad moment at that point.
Yeah. And I remember going down there for his birthday weekend, and just from us talking like this over FaceTime, you can't really see it. And when I went there for his birthday weekend, was the first time I really saw it take effect, to where he couldn't eat, he couldn't drink, ended up developing something in the stomach to where it wouldn't allow him to hold down food. And I remember having to go to like a juicery not too far from his house and like get him juices just to bring back hopefully just hold the juice down to get him some type of nutrients. And just seeing that man crush me, and it crushes you where usually you want to be there for your friends, but in these predicaments you can't do anything. And so I'm reaching out to my doctors here, Bill My Source, the head doctor for the Pistons, asking him for direction and who should we talk to kind of help him with his stomach. And he's sending that information over to Wynn, and Wynn making the contact. So like the support system is very, very important when you're going through stuff like this. And I'm just happy I was able to kind of be there for him. And I'm even bigger and I'm more proud of him not losing faith and sticking with the process, because your story, when you tell the world your story, is going to inspire so many people. And just speaking of me going out there to train with him in 2012 when I first got to the Lions, I know he always wanted me to come back home to Detroit. So real quick, do you like the draft picks that we picked up this year?
I tuned in, and I'm an offensive guy, man. I know defense plays a huge part. You have to play both ends, and I feel like with the draft picks that I did see, I know we got a couple D tackles, I believe. Yeah. And I think maybe the guy, what's his name, Levy.
Yeah.
I think he can make a impact. He looks like he could get off the line fast. He's shifty. Get some penetration, but I feel like we've always had a lot of great defensive tackles and defensive ends, and that hasn't really gotten us to the next level. So, I wanted to see like some really nice offensive picks, and I think we got that wide receiver, which I like big receivers, like a Megatron or something like that. Even like running backs, I like big backs like you, man. We need a Joique Bell back, but hopefully those guys can step it up and come in and make an impact fast. And then I agree with you to a certain standpoint, but
We did. We got the best offensive tackle, arguably in the entire draft. He's a generational talent. And me and Sean always talks. We talk about the team and what we need in order to build a championship team. And I think the draft picks that we did get is basically the foundation. Is we basically laying that concrete. And the thing that I like the most is I tell Sean all the time, in order to build a winning team, you have to build from the trenches. From that's the D line, that's the offensive line, because you can have the best receiver in the game, all right? But if you don't have time, you have pressure, and you can't get the ball to him, it doesn't make a difference how good he is, because he can't showcase his talents because we can't give him the proper ball. And so I kind of like how we're rebuilding the team through the trenches. And just for future reference, like, we're building a team around our future quarterback. I'm not saying Goff is not going to be here, but if we do go out and get another, I don't. but when we do bring in another quarterback, the O-line that we have for him is going to make his job that much easier. And so they're making chess moves. We know we're not going to make a run in the playoffs next year, or probably even the year after that. But we will start to get better. And the only thing that we need to do with the foundation to make sure they stay healthy and available and keep adding pieces.
Hey, Wynn, tell us about WynnAnthony.com. I mean, for people out there, I mean, somebody was kind enough, they already put up the link to our Facebook page, but tell us about WynnAnthony.com, because I can't stress this to you enough. I think it's awesome how self-aware you are of what this is and what other people have gone through or are going through with this. Tell everybody about the website.
Yeah, well, you know, first and foremost, I had the ability to experience it firsthand. And I know a lot of people, you know, it's a lot of people out there that would never go through being diagnosed with cancer. And my biggest thing throughout my life has always been to try to create awareness, you know, and that's how I came up with my campaign, the fight against cancer, just to let people know, like, it's a true battle, it's a true fight, it's all out war. And, you know, I was lucky to come into it with an army behind me and go ahead and beat this thing head on a second time. And so I want to go ahead and keep Wynn Anthony going. You know, it's some apparel that I think people like. A lot of people gravitate to it. It's different options, you know, and furthermore, it just continues to push that message that, you know, we're in the fight against cancer and anybody could join.
For sure.
And you're definitely helping someone too. You're helping someone too, because every year I go ahead and proceeds go to donating. We donated to a young kid in Fort Worth, Texas, named Jackson, who was battling as well. And it was $1,000, you know, but I think we'll get to the point where we have a lot of supporters where we can go ahead and build this thing up and be able to contribute to, you know, being able to donate to like Cancer Society and things like that.
Yeah. So for anyone who wants to kind of follow Wynn in his journey, go to his Instagram. It's at Wynn Sarden. Wynn, WYNN SARDEN, is on the bottom of the screen. So if you guys want to follow him on IG, please do, and continue to spread awareness.
Wynn, I'll tell you what, this is a window into your soul, dude. I'm serious. You know, I mean, out of the greatest tragedy and fight of your life, to turn this into something positive, you are. I mean, much love, man. Anything we can do to help, you reach out to Joique, you reach out to me, because this is something far too many of us have dealt with this in one way, shape, or form, and we can help others at the very, very least. And it's awesome for you to turn this into something positive like this, man.
For sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, everybody, Wynn Sarden, man. Thanks for coming on, bro, man. I'll tap in with you.
All right, now I'll talk to you.
All right, for sure. Look at, man, just
what
great.
A good dude.
Great.
What a
great
good
guy, man.
What a good dude. You know, the thing that he said that kind of struck a chord with me is you don't understand the nuclear warfare when you go on chemo and radiation.
Oh, yeah.
You don't, like, I watch my dad, this big, strong man, be absolutely broken down and decimated, because it is, think about it, it's nuclear warfare inside your body. Definitely. And so when he was talking about how hard that was on him,
it was tough.
That struck a chord, man. Oof.
Yeah, because I remember, because we were talking about alternative options, like different foods, different methods, natural things that he might be able to do, and we were. It was weird because he also had to do a biopsy as well, when they had to do surgery on his hip for bone marrow.
Sure.
They had to pull bone marrow out of his hip, and in order for him to do the bone marrow, he had to be strong enough. And so he'll go through these spans of like 7 to 8 days, so where he can't hold down food, so he'll be really weak. And so he had to wait until he can get to a point where he can eat food and hold it down. They go get tested to make sure he was strong enough to go get this done. And so it was a lot of things he had to do, man. And just being here, part of that journey just made me more aware, made me more cautious kind of what this disease is. And I had an aunt who went through it as well with breast cancer, and she beat it, and then they came back, and she didn't win the second time.
No.
But it was other things that happened as well. So it just made me more aware, made me appreciate life more. It made me hold my kids and squeeze them a little bit tighter. And so you never know. And one of my best friends just trademarked health is wealth. And
yeah, on that note, you know what? Programming note for you and Art and Fish, I'm not going to be here next Tuesday. I already told Stick. We have my dad's memorial, and it was funny because my mom wanted me to speak at my dad's memorial and kind of be like the guy and everything. I said, Mom, can I just sit in the crowd for once? Because that's kind of the thing. Whenever there's like some kind of speech or presentation that needs to be made in the family, they always want me. And I said, can I just play the role of son, you know, and everything? But no, I'm gonna speak there and everything. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it together and everything. But
you will.
Yeah, it's So next Tuesday, and this is something that's touched so many lives, and for him to take what was easily the worst moment of his life and turn it into this, God, I hope you have some wonderful blessings for that guy.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, and it's weird, man. It just seems like some of the worst things happen to some of the best people.
Yeah.
One of the best guys I know.
No doubt about that. All right,
stay tuned. We got to take one. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what I was going to say? We got to talk about this May the 4th thing because it just, I'm with you. It was cute and funny like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Can we, sometimes a bit goes too far. This bit's gone too far.
A little bit too far. But you're going to do it one time a year, so.
Woodward Sports.
Stay tapped in.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Joique Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Hey guys, what's up? Sean Baligian here, and if there's one thing that I hate more than today, it's the next day after that. I'll always find something to be angry about. Joique, how are you doing today?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You know, if there's one thing, it's my Montreal Canadiens. First of all, last week, my Canadiens go up there, and we lose 4-0. Cole Caulfield, the best rookie in the NHL, scores 0 goals. I'm supposed to rep L-Town with all of this going on.
Sean, he scored an overtime goal last night. You should be happy.
I stopped watching this team hours ago. And then my Detroit Lions, I'm walking in thinking about this draft class, and this old woman, mind you, this old woman, this old woman hits my car. I don't care about the $500. I don't care about, I have many $500. I've been in this industry a long time.
I have many $500.
This is a problem. And we got the Tigers and Al Avila, great guy.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Art. Mike was waiting for this moment.
Yep.
He's been sitting there waiting for this moment.
His whole life.
He was waiting for this. Hey, how long have you been waiting for this moment?
Sean, 1986.
What time?
Sean, 1986.
1986?
All right, Sean.
Hold on.
Joique, what would you grade that performance?
What would you grade that performance?
Yeah, like
it was awesome. That was great.
I would give it an A-.
Switch spots. Get that
Dude,
out
that was
of here.
great.
It was great.
That was great.
That was good. That was good.
That was pretty good.
I'm with you. I loved many $500.
That was great.
I have many
$500.
Sean, your phone's up here.
Yeah, Sean. Come on, Sean. Get it together.
I loved many $500 was awesome. But do you get my point? It's the principle.
All over again.
It's the principle.
Okay. Hey,
tell me how this, Mini Sean, tell me how this makes sense.
Mini Sean.
Seriously. Sean, I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to take a baseball bat and I'm going to smash your door. I'm going to smash your door. And then you have to pay for it. What the fuck?
Now I have
It's
many
parked,
tens of
Sean.
dollars.
So his insurance will cover it because it's a parked car. That's what I'm telling you, Sean. You have to be driving. You have to be driving in your car for someone to hit your car and you pay for it. You can be parked on the side of the road and a car hits your car and they're responsible for it because you're parked.
Mike, you got A+, A+. That's it. The people have
job,
spoken.
Mikey. Yeah. It's better than your morning wood routine.
Don't go through life like that, young man. Though, life is beautiful. Don't be angry like me.
My favorite part is when he picked up the chew.
dip.
He picked up the chew. When he picked up the chew, I said,
"This is Sean when he gets home after a drink or two of 8 Mile vodka."
I will take over the world. Now you will die. How you will die. Palpatine was great.
All right, that looked like you when you eat gluten.
Let's all laugh together.
That's pretty good.
I love what Scott
laughing.
said.
Everybody's laughing.
Next time a kid gets in trouble for hitting someone at school, I hope they say, sorry, Michigan is a no-fault state. It's moronic.
Hey.
Why don't more people talk about this?
Oh, my God. Chad?
Ford. And I feel sorry for Fish because every time he throws his hat, Fish has to run and grab it.
Thank you, Fish.
PTSD is kicking in.
Look at that toss.
Look at that
Fish,
toss.
huh?
All right, Fish.
I bet Fish, do you play cornhole? That was great delivery. I could see you owning a cornhole game, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't played cornhole in a little while. I used to have to overhand chuck it because I was short and didn't have the arm length.
Hey, real quick. May I?
Please.
Okay. Myself and Fish against you and Joique
in
cornhole tournament. We will smoke you.
Let's do it.
You guys can come over to my house. I have the full complement and everything. Absolutely.
Can I give you a story real quick? Can I give you a story about me playing cornhole?
Of course you can.
It's your show.
It was the most iconic. It was the most iconic thing. Right. So I'm playing cornhole. I'm in Hawaii. I'm in Maui, and at the hotel they have cornhole by the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm playing cornhole, and on the side you have a couple cabanas. So it's a group of people in this cabana. And so I'm playing, and I'm winning. And a person yells out from the cabana, "I bet you won't do that to me." I said, "You next." I'm not backing out from Michelle. You next. So I end up winning. I said, "Game's over. You up?" So he comes over with one of his friends.
Who was it?
It was a guy. It was.
I know
he
who it was.
He brought another guy with him. I know you know who it is. And so he gets there, and as he's walking over, the person I'm with is like, "Is that such and such?" I said, "It looks like him, but we gon' let me find out."
Is that Fish from Woodward Sports?
That's who we thought it was. And so they go on the other end, and we're playing teams. So in the middle of playing, I look at him, I say, "Hey, gotta ask, are you Steve Urkel?" And he said, and just like this, "Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me." Right? With the big eyes, yeah, that's me. And so, yeah, that's me. Sean, let me see your face. Sean, let me see. Why do you always cover your face?
Yo, this was his face when he lost.
Oh no, Joique did it to me
I do
again.
that. And so
Steve Urkel talking shit to you just bugs me.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So he's talking. So we playing, and we end up beating him. So we beat him, and but as we're playing, we're having a conversation, And you remember I told you that whenever I went out to LA, I trained.
Yeah.
So I trained at the gym called one of the gyms I used to train at was called Unbreakable at the time. And
what?
It's called Unbreakable.
Okay.
Jay Glazer gym in
He's a big dude.
Yeah, and so
he doesn't juice or anything.
And so, but when I saw Stephon Arkell, he was kind of jacked. He was kind of jacked up. So I'm like, "Are you training?" He's like, "Yeah." Stephon Arkell.
Sounds like
hey, do Stephon Arkell. Bring up the Stephon Arkell.
I can hear the announcer like an Ottawa Senators game or a Habs game, like in French. Le Canadien debut, Stephon Arkell.
Do you guys remember Stephon Arkell?
Yeah.
Do y'all? And so,
oh gosh.
And so I'm like, "You kind of big. Like, what you doing?" He said, "Oh yeah, I'm training for this new movie. I had to." I said, "Where you training?" He said, "I train in LA at a gym called Unbreakable." I said, "I train at Unbreakable. I never seen you there." He said, "Oh, I always come after you guys leave." I said, "Oh, okay." And so when I went there, when I went back, when I left my vacation, and I went back to LA to go finish training, he was at the gym when I got there, and he had just finished training. So I think he got there before me.
Did I do that?
And so I'm like, "Okay, you are here. All right, Jamil." So his real name is Jamil. I think it's Jamil White.
I don't know. I just played the "Did I do that?"
Jaleel White.
Did I do that?
I'm sorry.
But you gotta understand, he was the man back in the day.
Yo, he's big now too.
Was he any? Was he
Yeah.
any good? Was he any good at cornhole?
Yeah, he was decent. He still
Did you beat
lost.
him?
Yeah, I beat him. We beat him. Come on now. And so we swapped out info. He's like, "When you back in LA, hit me up. Let's hang out." I'm like, "All right, cool." And got to LA and just, I'm training. So
There's no way in hell I'm calling Steve Urkel to hang out. What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, man. Hey, what'd you do this weekend, Joique? I hung out with Steve Urkel. No.
I will say he's a businessman though, because on the Triller pay-per-view event for the Jake Paul Ben Askren, they advertised his new weed. It's purple. It's like purple.
Yeah,
Urkel.
it's called Purple Urkel.
Yeah,
he got a new weed called Purple Urkel.
He had a
but you
commercial
gotta understand
with Snoop
that
Dogg.
he had a lunchbox. Did he have an action figure as well?
Yeah, he had an action figure. Yep.
He had the Urkel song.
Yep.
He was big.
Do the Urkel.
Do the Urkel.
Stop it.
Right,
You're gonna
play that song. Do the Urkel.
You're gonna be. I don't want to get sued by Steve Urkel.
He's not gonna sue you. I'll text him.
Yeah, text him and see. We'll play it tomorrow.
No, this is old news tomorrow.
Can we bring him on the show? That's a bucket list. Steve Urkel?
No!
We can't bring Steve Urkel on the show. I grew
Why
up
don't
on
you
Steve
do it
Urkel.
next Tuesday when I'm not here? You gotta have Steve Urkel on
He
the
knows
show.
all these athlete people and he brings up Steve Urkel.
Hey, Sean's not here today, so we have Steve Urkel on the show. Steve, what's up? Did I do that?
Yeah. But
I
anyway.
am not an angry guy, by the way.
You
Like,
are
people
very
are
angry.
accusing me of being angry. I am not in. Fish, do you think I'm an angry guy?
Yes.
No, but except for today.
Thank you.
You're an angry guy sometimes.
Thanks a lot.
Art,
When
I am
you
a
first
very.
got in here, you were a little testy, and I said, you know what,
little.
we're going to have a great... Do you feel better now?
No.
Of course not.
You know
Well,
why?
Art, he feels bad
because I'm
going to the
3
station.
minutes away from jumping in my truck to go to the police.
Yeah,
You
he's
want
gotta
me
go
to
to the
go
police
with me? You
station.
need some muscle with you? I got you, bro.
You need some muscles.
They'll give you 2 trucks by the time I'm done with them.
Hey, you want some muscle? You take Mike with you.
Yeah, I could. Mike, let's do. We'll
Mike,
roll
will
reverse.
you do the chip challenge for $200?
Yeah, but he's
Joique,
like
are you
22.
actually-
He'd do anything for money.
Joique, are you actually considering doing the
Shouldn't
chip
say that.
challenge?
I'll do it for free.
Because Corey has a guy that has a boatload of chips. That's how he got the chip challenge yesterday.
Well, tell him to get it. I'm not gonna pay for the chip, but I'll do the chip.
All right. Well, I'm telling Corey after the show that you're doing it.
I'm
So,
doing it. I'll do it.
You and
You
Sean?
really will? There's no way in hell I'm doing
Sean,
it.
don't do
Just
it. I don't want you guys to
absolutely
do
not.
it. It'll be great content, but I don't want you guys to die.
No way. You know what? You better get out your paycheck. If you write me $1,000 check, I'll do it.
Okay.
Write me $1,000 check.
Sean, don't do it.
500.
Nope.
Don't do it,
I'll
Sean.
do it for 500.
No, you're not poor.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I love being on this show. We can end things now. We can be done. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. I'm turning
Take care,
the TV off.
everybody. See you tomorrow.
Gang.
You said.